go out. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go do this. That's courting. I pay for the meal, pay for the night, whatever. That's courting. Buy you some flowers, open your chairs, pull out chairs, open doors, things like that. That's courting. Yes. But there's also nothing wrong with a woman saying, hey,
back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up.
all right. I want to help the ladies out. Throughout my time of dating, per se, I always witnessed a constant thing. No matter what woman I've dated, no matter what woman I've come across, there has always been this struggle that women have with just deciphering bad guys from good guys, right? And honestly, men have the same issue, but the thing is, there's so many bad men out there that they kind of overshadow the good men. So it's like the good men that are out here, yes, we have that issue too, you know, deciphering the good women from the bad women. Now, for the ladies, there's no clear-cut answer. I think that first you need to understand that depending on what you're asking for, if you're asking for a soulmate or, you know, a long-term thing, or you may not even be necessarily asking for that, but just a consistent person to be around and somebody that's not going to lie or, you know, do all the infidelity type of things. Okay. Just understand what you're asking for. You know, these are not small things. And yes, you do deserve it. But with anything of value comes patience that you also have to have, and time, and you have to earn what it is that you're asking for, right? Just like I can't go out there and say, hey, I want $1 million. I got to put the work behind it and go get it. It's the same thing. You know, if you want a good guy, if you want a good woman, you know, you have to prove to yourself and to whatever powers that be that you believe in, you know, that you deserve that, you know, and put that type of energy out there, and don't confuse the person that you may be talking to now or may be talking to later on in the future. So, yeah, so that's the first thing. Understand what you're asking for. And then the second thing is actually putting the energy out there that you're trying to get back. I can't tell you how many times I've been in situations where a person is saying one thing, but the actions and the energy that they put out is the exact opposite or entirely another thing, you know? So you have to hold yourself accountable and don't be afraid to slow down and evaluate yourself first. It's a lot of that going on, you know. We're so afraid to just sit back and evaluate mentally and emotionally what we have going on, instead of just sitting up here and jumping out there and jumping into something that you possibly knew already wasn't gonna last. Of course you hoped it would, but deep down you knew. That's one of the greatest things about women. You guys have women's intuition, you know, and you have to use that. You know, you have to read the signs. Don't ignore the red flags that a guy gives you, right? If he's giving you bad energy, either call him out on that energy or get away from him, right? If the guy says something that might be a red flag to you, or that doesn't really particularly make sense to you, say something. Don't just, oh yeah, I get it. It's too many of those people that are literally just agreeing when they really disagree. Don't be afraid to state your opinion. Because for a real man, for a man that's actually out there really wanting something to be built, something real, a real foundation with a woman, he doesn't want you to just be saying yes to everything. But at that same token, he doesn't want you to be out here just against everything he says either. But that goes for everybody, man or female. You know, you just really have to first get to know you and understand you before you start to jump out there and present yourself like this wifey material type of person. Because all of y'all are not wifey material. Sorry. And all men ain't husband material. It's just what it is. It's different qualities of people all in this world. You just gotta find the one that fits your quality. You know, and don't feel discouraged either, because this is the thing we all have to go through. All of us. We all have to go through that period where, you know, you gotta find what's right for you. And be patient with it. Don't be in such a rush. And when you do find somebody that seems like potential and really seems to be doing, you know, whatever your list of qualifications is for a man, you know, put in the same effort you would want him to put in. Because let's be realistic, shouldn't nobody be chasing nobody. You don't want to be chasing him because you most likely don't like that feeling. And guess what? He ain't gonna be chasing you if he ain't some thirsty dude. You shouldn't even want that. And don't hit me with the whole, well, you know, a man should court a woman. Yes, there's a difference between courting and being thirsty, though. Courting is me taking the initiative and saying, hey, you know what? You know, I like the way our conversation is going. I like some things about you. Let's go out. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go do this. That's courting. I pay for the meal, pay for the night, whatever. That's courting. Buy you some flowers, open your chairs, pull out chairs, open doors, things like that. That's courting. Yes. But there's also nothing wrong with a woman saying, hey, what you think? Are you busy tonight? What you want to do tonight? You want to go out? There's nothing wrong with that. We are in an age where women have adopted the same pride and ego issues that men have. That is a big issue. We are sitting up here butting heads. In particular, black men and black women. We butting heads. Oh, y'all do this, y'all do this, y'all do that. Back and forth. No solution, no compromise, no nothing. Just back and forth. You. That don't solve nothing, man. The point of the matter is that all of us in our own way are a little messed up and traumatized from dating or past situations or experience in our own personal lives. And we all require a certain level of patience, a certain level of loyalty and trust in the initial stages of dating. So we have to stop pointing the finger. Okay? And women in particular, okay, this ego and pride issue, don't stoop to our level. I feel like that was one of the greatest things about women is you're up here. But because of this new movement going on, and trust me, I got way more respect and I love women way more than the respect I have for men, but the truth is the truth, and y'all have stooped to a level that you're at the same level as men now. And that's not good, because men ain't nothing but overprotective babies. That's what we are. That's our nature. We're overprotective babies, and I'm speaking for the good ones. I'm not even talking about the bad ones, because they're a lot more than that on the negative scale. But for the good ones, we ain't nothing but overprotective babies, man. Some of us are self-sufficient overprotective babies, and some of us ain't. That's just what it is. You got to realize What are you willing to deal with and not deal with, and stick to those things, and stop being indecisive when it comes to that, and stop switching up when it comes to that, and stop sitting up here saying one thing, but then it turns out to be a whole nother thing. You're acting like men. There was a point in time when a woman saw a man that she liked, right? The man courted her, the man took her out, man, you know, they did whatever they did. They got married, had kids. That was that. Now, I think everybody could speak for, the men could speak, women, whatever. It's so hard to just simply have a simple conversation. Why do I have to be on defense just to have a conversation? That's a problem, man. It's a problem both on the person I'm talking to side and my side. So ladies, understand a couple things. Like we said, hold yourself accountable, understand what you're looking for, understand what you're asking for, right? And deal with your demons. Whatever demons you got, you know your flaws. You know them. And don't think just because you have flaws and you know them that somebody's supposed to just accept that and they just got to deal with it. Ain't nobody required to deal with your flaws if they don't want to. And ain't nothing necessarily wrong with them if they choose not to. It's what it is. So if you're a person that you're financially struggling and you're trying to date, maybe you got trust issues you're trying to date, maybe you're a heartbroken person and you're trying to date, maybe you got anger problems and you're trying to date, or maybe you got all of that stuff and you're trying to date, maybe you get jealous too easily and you're trying to date. You got to understand, if somebody says, hey, I don't like that, let them go. They don't have to deal with you if they don't want to, and that don't mean something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? I miss the days before this new little movement that we got going on when women were actually up here. And some of y'all still are. But the thing is, the majority and the popular thing is now everything's a complaint. Everything's bad. It's ridiculous, man. Can't even have a conversation no more. I'm not saying all women, don't take it like that. It didn't come out my mouth. I am speaking to the women that get out here on this dating thing and they're saying one thing, but they're doing a whole nother thing. The women that get out here and they actually find a good dude, then play him. The women that are confused on how they find a good man. The women that don't understand how powerful she actually is. The one who lacks confidence. The one who lacks conversational skills. I really don't even want to get to y'all. The women that swear they love conversation, that swear they so great at conversation, but all you do is give people one-word answers when they trying to talk to you. I asked a girl the other day, where do you see yourself in 5 years? She said, surviving. Well, that's definitely not what I'm trying to be doing with my life in 5 years. I would hope to be doing a lot better than just surviving. And if that's your aspiration, that's your goal, hey, you just disqualified yourself. I don't know, man. But for you good women that are out there and you still love black men, you're very respectful and you're well mannered and you have great conversational skills. It doesn't matter what your financial status is. It doesn't matter if you a skinny girl, a thick girl, or a bigger woman. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You all deserve a great man that's going to respect you and treat you well and remind you every day of how great you are. But understand what you're asking for and just be patient and hold yourself accountable when you're wrong. That's all I'm saying. Okay? It's not rocket science, but I understand that the science of it is actually time consuming and it takes a process. Because when you do actually find that guy, you want to be ready for him. You do not want to be the bitter, angry girl that just found her possible soulmate. Alright? And for the feminists that got way too much pride and way too much ego and that's going to try to find something negative in this video, hey man, look, I really don't care about your opinion because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the positive women of the world, the ones that can just simply understand that I am sitting up here trying to help. Keep the willpower, stay strong. I'm gone.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up.